Glad you stopped by. You just in time to join me while I go out and plant some beautiful squash in the garden. It don't take very many squash plants to make a whole lot of squash. So I'm only going to put in 4, and that is more than me and Nancy can eat. And we provide squash for her mama and her aunt and uncle. So that's 3 families eating off of just 4 little plants. So what we're going to put in we're going to put in 3 of these yellowneck squash. This is my favorite. I love to mix it with onions and saute them. And we're going to put in 1 zucchini. Nancy likes the zucchini, and sometimes she makes zucchini bread with it. So let's go out in the garden and get these things put in. All right, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cultivate the bed line where I'm going to put in this simple 4 squash plant row of squash. I'm going to cultivate it. I'm going to grade it down, lay out my guide string, and then I'm going to install 4 squash, and so let me get started with that. First thing I do is I dig me a hole, and I try to get the hole about 10 inches deep. That way squash roots go down about 12-15 inches. But if I got it down around 10 inches, that'll be just right. Because I'm going to put my fish in here. These are the fish I get from the bait store. Sometimes when me and Nancy go fishing, we have a lot of leftover small fish that we catch. We save them and freeze them so we can use them in the garden as fantastic fertilizer. Next thing you put on it is garden lime. Cover it in the garden lime so the animals don't smell it when it's decomposing and try to dig up that fish to get to it, and they end up digging up your little plant with it. So use caution when you put the lime in. Then just cover up the hole. I'll take my hand, dig me a pretty little hole right under my guide wire. Take my zucchini, and there she is. Okay, what I'll do is I'm going to put in the last of this row, and then we'll give it some time to start developing, and we'll come out and take another look at how the plants are coming along all the way up until we do the harvest. So we'll see you in a few weeks. Well, our squash has been in the ground for 5 weeks. It's all been doing pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with it. So let me show you where we're at today. You can see that the plant, we started out with a little 4-inch cup that was only this big and that tall, and in 5 weeks it has grown enormously just in a short period of time. The leaves look good and healthy. It's spreading out. It's already starting to put on the blooms. Squash is another one of those plants that has a female and a male flower on the same bush. See that right there with the long stem and a flower coming up on the top? That right there, that is a male flower. This one right here that has the little miniature fruit and a bloom on the end, that's the female. So the female blooms are the ones that's going to give you the squash. This is our Crookneck yellow summer squash. It's off and running. It looks like I got a lot of good female flowers on this guy, so we're happy with him, and we'll check back in a couple of weeks and see how these things are progressing, because that's another thing I like to fry is fried squash. So we're gonna do it. See you in a couple of weeks. Squash are looking really tasty, ain't they? 4 plants. The last one on the end is zucchini. The other 3 are Crookneck summer squash, and we've got some other patty pan squash on the other row. But just wanted to wrap this one up because you were with us when we planted these at the beginning, and they've been in the ground for a while now, and they're already producing. And if you look down in here, you can see the little baby squash coming up. Notice there's a flower on the end of that one right there. That is a female bloom, and remember we talked about that earlier. The female blooms are the ones that's going to produce the fruit, and the males are just a stem and a flower. So you get both male and female on these plants, and these plants are loaded with squash, and we'll get several weeks of harvest out of these, so we're looking forward to that. So we'll come back in a couple of weeks when these squash get a little bit more maturity to them. We'll go grab us some sweet onions over here, and we'll pull up some squash and sauteed squash and onions. I love them. So if you like our videos, we invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We love to have you to be a part of our YouTube family. And always remember, by His hands we are fed. Give us, Lord, our daily bread.
Amen. Have a blessed day.
Thanks for watching our videos. We really love making them. If you like our videos, please like our Facebook page to get the latest tips and tricks. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel to get the newest video. Like it, it would really inspire and encourage us. But most importantly, share it to encourage others. We'll welcome your comments and questions. Thank you. Have a blessed day.